All right, I'm Johnny Farrell, and I am one of Kevin's friends and two-time client. And I just wanted to share my experience with Keven and what the KASE team has done for my family and I. So I met Keven 3 years ago, maybe 3.5 years ago. My wife, we were renting at the time, and she would always be online late at night. I thought she was like online dating at one point. I thought she was checking out dudes because I'm getting older. And what she really was doing was finding it, like looking at houses online. And this one night she wakes me up. She's like shaking me, and I'm like, wake up. I'm like, what's up, babe? She goes, I found it. I'm like, we found what? She goes, the house. I found the house. I'm like, all right. I didn't know we were buying. She goes, yes, we're buying. You better step up. No more renting. So this house happened to be on Flamingo in Mesa Verde, or what they call the lower birds. So she shows it to me, and I'm like, yeah, it's a really cool house, like mid-century modern, cool house. But then we got to the backyard, and I was sold. It had this mini ramp half pipe that I knew my two boys, I have a 14 and 16-year-old, would fall in love with. And we're always about entertaining at our house, and this just had a big backyard, pool, insane ramp, and it was a great floor plan. So this was in December, like 3.5 years ago, somewhere in there. And it was crazy because it was like the perfect time to buy. The market, and I'm in the mortgage business, the market had stopped for like 2 to 3 weeks, and the activity of people buying and stuff like that, you know, whether it's because of the holidays or whatnot, it just slowed down. Well, the seller happened to be Keven and Alana, which we knew them kind of, but we didn't know them too much. So I reached out to Keven and said, hey Keven, my wife and I really like your house, love to see it. So we go to the house, and long story short, we fall in love. I mean, we walked through it, and all we could see in this house was the entertaining of our friends and the boys having their friends over. It had a great kitchen. Jenny loves to cook, and so we got into the house, and we got it in at a great price point. And I remember when we closed, Keven said, Farrell, whatever you do, do not skate the half pipe. I skated the half pipe and broke my leg. And you're way older than me, and you probably don't know how to skate, so just don't skate the half pipe. So like a year, I listened to those words, those wise words, and about a year into it, we were having friends over, and then we had Coors Light, a big old Coors Light keg, and I had a few beers and dropped in, and they all say you lean forward when you're dropping, and I leaned back and slammed. Like, just got worked. It hurt me, but everyone at the house, there's probably 30 or 40 people, were laughing, except for my wife and probably my younger son. So, you know, fast forward, it was just a great experience. You know, dancing in the house and friends over, barbecue, skateboarding, all that good stuff. Then in January of 2020, and at this point, Keven, Alana, Jenny, and I have all become friends. Alana had invited us over for sushi. And then if you guys know Alana, she makes these huge spreads, and they're just amazing. So we decided to show up for what I thought was a dinner, just some sushi, and Keven goes, hey guys, this house came up, it's in Newport, it's totally you guys, I need you to see it. And I'm like, dude, Keven, no, we just bought our house, we're not even looking, we love Flamingo, we're not looking. And he goes, please, you need to see it. I know you and Jenny and the boys are gonna love it, and it's back in Newport, and I know Jenny wants to get back to Newport because our kids go to school in Newport. So in March, COVID, the pandemic, had just hit, and this house, ironically, had fallen out of escrow because of COVID. So we went to go look at it, and funny, it has the same teal blue doors, and I opened up the doors and I looked, and it was just like entertainment house again. Another entertainment house. House was completely bright, pools, and I was just like, Keven knows exactly what Jenny and I love. We weren't looking, not looking for a house, and then all of a sudden we come in and buy Vista Bahia. Problem was, we hadn't listed Flamingo yet, and I said, Keven, we're kind of in a bind. I know you got to close on this house. What are we gonna do with Flamingo? He's like, John, dude, I got it. That's my old house. I love Flamingo. I'm gonna sell it quick. And I'm like, I think Jenny and I went home to sleep on it. Kind of. We talked for an hour, and then I'm like, okay, make an offer at Vista Bahia and then list our house really quick. So sure enough, we go into escrow on Vista Bahia, which happened to close before Flamingo, and move into Vista Bahia. The sellers, the transaction was super smooth. Me being in the business, I've seen transactions go really, really bad. I mean, buyer, seller fighting or agents fighting, who knows what. But the whole transaction, the experience was a great experience. And then the challenge was Flamingo. So the KASE team, and I'll start off with KP and Tim, their creativity and their passion to bring people in and to tell a story about a home is so powerful, because Flamingo, we listed, I don't remember what day it was. I think it was on a Sunday, but either way, it was like a Sunday, Monday, the KASE team listed it, and on the online sites, it became a hot home within like 18 hours, and it had so many views. And like that, we had 8 or 9 offers. It was really quick. So in my decision of choosing KASE and Keven, it was to list that house. It was a decision that I'll never regret, because the results, the action, the knowledge, the passion, the drive to make something happen and to take all the stress away from these transactions. And I hate saying transaction, because they were just 2 experiences. They delivered, and they did such an awesome job. The reason, and I don't even know how to explain it, but Keven, he's so different because he's kind of like the house whisperer. You know, you've got the horse whisperer, the dog whisperer. This guy is like, he gets to know a family, and he knows the husband, the wife, or the 2 spouses, the kids, and he sees what's important to him. He feels what's important to him. And from there, when he's door knocking, because that guy just door knocks and door knocks and door knocks, he'll find a house, and before he's even told you about a house or you've seen it online, he's knocking on your door saying, hey, listen, the house came out, the perfect house. You gotta go see it. So I really, really appreciate that about Keven and his team. I mean, just the service, the price point that we got for our new house, and the price point that we sold our old house for, everything just worked out. You know, it was just an amazing experience. So I highly recommend the KASE team. You know, they're all young, a lot younger than I am, but they are amazing, hardworking hustlers, and can't go wrong with that. They created what is one of the most stressful, nervous experiences you will have in your life, which is buying a home. And they made it to where it was just a great overall experience. From me getting to know the buyer and seller, Kathy and Rudy, who I bought the house from, we still talk. I have so much respect for them. And then the Hanoian family, who absolutely love Flamingo. Keven knows how to bring families together in transactions and create amazing energy. And at the same point, get top dollar for your house and get you in a good price point for the new house. I highly recommend them. I highly recommend Keven for his innate ability of selling homes and the energy that he brings into it, and the power of him really taking the stress away from you, whether you're buying or selling. It's just an invigorating experience, especially from me being in the mortgage business, where I see transactions happen all the time, and it's not fun, and it's bad energy, and there's fighting and all that. He really, really gets to know you and your family, and he creates an amazing experience, and that's really, really hard to do.